DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, it is Monday and it's time for Jasmine's Monday tag. So 5 questions. I have just watched her video and wow, it's going to be a little bit complicated. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to start with question 1. By the way, if you hear again some noise downstairs Mrs. DC is doing, I think she's making some dessert. Okay, so question 1. Would you rather hear the bad news or the good news first? I would say probably the bad news first. That way, well, first thing, I guess that the good news will come as a balm and help over whatever the bad news is. And I think that I'd rather finish with something good than something bad. Yeah. Okay, question 2. Would you rather stop joking or stop being serious? Wow. I like joking, but I think that when we think about life as such, joking can be both a good thing and a bad thing. And you do want to be taken for, I was going to say, a responsible person. So I guess in that respect I would rather stop joking than stop being serious. Albeit depending on who you are, even if you're being serious, people don't take you for serious. But I will say stop joking. But then again, like I say, I wonder if people would recognize me. Okay, question 3. Question 3. Would you rather lose your hearing or lose your sight? I've only got one good eye. The other one I've been operated on, and really I can't say that I see very well with it. I can see what it would be like to lose my sight in that respect, because when you only have one good eye, already your way of seeing 3Ds gets out of kilter, and you worry like when you're in stairs sometimes and stuff like that. But losing your hearing, I know that if you lose your hearing, you lose your possibility of being in a community in a way. You have to close in on yourself. But if you lose your sight, you can't read books. You can't read lips. You can't read, like I say, basically you can't read. You couldn't walk around. You couldn't enjoy nature if you lost your sight. If you lost your hearing, you can still enjoy, you'd lose a lot of things. But I think you'd lose more. That's the way I feel it for the moment. On the other hand, if you lose your hearing, like I say, you lose your community. So you have to see how it is. I think, nevertheless, it's a toss-up, but I would probably rather lose my hearing, but only barely. Only barely. I guess that's a really hard one. Question 4. Would you rather face your fears or forget that you have them? Well, if you forget that you have them, they're still there. So they'll probably come back and bite you. So overall, I guess I would rather face my fears, as long as I have a good chance to overcome them. So yeah, probably I'd rather face my fears. Forgetting that I have them doesn't take them away. It's an artificial situation. Question 5. Would you rather forget who you were or forget who everyone else was? I don't even really know if I don't know if I know how to answer that one. I'm thinking like if you had senile dementia, you would probably forget who everyone else was, and you'd probably forget in part, but you'd still know kind of who you were. But would you live which way would you live better? If I forget who everyone else was, again, it'd be a question of community, family. I mean, in that respect, I would forget all about who was around me. Now, if you have forget who you were, that means you have amnesia, in a way. But even with amnesia, if you met your family and the people you love, you would probably fall in love again, and you could be loved. So, I guess I wouldn't want to lose those around me. So I suppose I'd rather forget who I was, but that is a really, really difficult question. Because basically you're losing yourself. Wow. That is, it probably puts your whole life into perspective. But then other people will bring you so much more, especially those that you love. Wow. I guess I'm going to answer that, but it's such a toss-up. Like I wrote on my comment to Jasmine, those are really difficult questions. They really are. They make us think, like what our life's about and so on. Okay, Jasmine, that was one of the most complicated in a way tags to answer, even though the questions don't look all that complicated, but they really aren't black and white. They really aren't. Okay, thank you very much. Once again, DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.